Look around the room you are sitting in right now. To your normal human vision, everything looks familiar and routine. You see a wooden desk, a cup of coffee, a woolen blanket, or perhaps a green leaf on a windowsill. We walk past these ordinary, everyday objects every single afternoon without giving them a second thought. But what if there was an invisible alien universe existing right under your nose, waiting to be discovered? A world where a single drop of water turns into a glowing crystal sphere, where the eye of a housefly looks like a complex geodesic dome, and where the texture of a dollar bill reveals intricate metallic fibers. Unlocking this hidden world does not require thousands of dollars, professional laboratory equipment, or a degree in science. All you need is the smartphone already sitting in your pocket and an inexpensive clip-on lens. Today, we are exploring one of the most surprising, creative, and addictive adult hobbies on the planet. Welcome to the thrilling universe of mobile macro photography. In our modern world, almost everyone uses their smartphone camera in the exact same passive way. We take quick photos of our meals, snap casual selfies, or record short videos to upload onto social media platforms. We consume millions of polished digital images created by other people every single week. However, converting your phone into a powerful tool for micro-exploration turns passive screen consumption into an active, mind-bending, creative hobby. Macro photography is the art of capturing subjects at extremely close range, making tiny objects appear much larger than life size on your display screen. When you adopt mobile macro photography as your primary personal hobby, you suddenly stop looking through your screen at other people's lives and start using your screen as a powerful microscope to explore real physical reality. One of the biggest misconceptions about close-up photography is that it requires massive, expensive camera bodies, specialized heavy lenses, and complex studio lighting setups costing thousands of dollars. While professional gear certainly exists, the revolutionary camera sensors built into modern smartphones have completely changed the game for beginners. Today, you can purchase a small universal clip-on macro lens or a magnetic micro attachment for as little as $15 or $20 online. You simply clip this small glass lens directly over your smartphone primary camera, and instantly your ordinary device gains the ability to focus on objects just a few millimeters away. This incredibly low cost of entry makes mobile macro photography one of the most accessible, high-value creative hobbies you can start today without breaking your budget. What makes this close-up hobby so deeply engaging from the very first minute is the instant transformation of your immediate environment. You do not need to book expensive plane tickets to exotic tropical locations or hike up high mountains to find breathtaking subjects for your photography hobby. Your entire living room, kitchen, or backyard instantly becomes an endless wilderness filled with alien landscapes. You can inspect the microscopic, serrated edges of a kitchen knife blade, analyze the geometric perfection of a salt crystal from your shaker, or marvel at the iridescent scales covering a butterfly wing. Suddenly, an ordinary Tuesday evening in your apartment transforms into an exciting treasure hunt for microscopic wonder. Furthermore, engaging in smartphone macro photography serves as a powerful exercise in mindfulness and active observation. In a fast-paced society where we constantly rush from one task to another, macro photography forces you to physically slow down, crouch close to the ground, hold your breath, and pay intense attention to microscopic details. You begin noticing how light reflects off a dewdrop, how insects move their tiny antennas, and how natural textures are constructed. This intense focus clears your brain of daily anxieties and workplace stress, plunging you into a serene flow state where time seems to stand completely still. Starting your journey into this creative hobby requires zero prior technical knowledge about camera shutter speeds or complex lighting science. The intuitive touchscreen controls built into your smartphone allow you to adjust manual focus, change exposure levels, and lock focus points with simple finger taps. The learning curve is smooth and incredibly rewarding. Within 30 minutes of clipping your macro lens onto your phone, you will be capturing surreal, high-resolution photographs that look like they belong in the pages of a high-end science magazine. As you spend more time experimenting with this fascinating hobby, you quickly realize that macro photography is as much about light as it is about magnification. Because your phone camera will be positioned extremely close to your subject, sometimes just 1 or 2 centimeters away, your device or your own hands can easily cast unwanted shadows over the scene. Overcoming this minor challenge is where the true creative fun of the hobby begins. You do not need expensive photography studio strobes to solve this. A simple small pocket LED flashlight, a flexible desk lamp, or even the screen of a second smartphone placed at a side angle can completely transform your microscopic subject. When you shine a tiny beam of side light across a rough surface, like a coin or a piece of tree bark, you reveal deep shadows and striking highlights that are completely invisible to the naked human eye. Suddenly, a simple drop of water resting on a green leaf transforms into a miniature crystal lens, reflecting an inverted image of the entire room inside its tiny sphere. Learning to manipulate light at such a microscopic scale turns your smartphone photography hobby into a personal masterclass in visual art, physics, and creative optics. Another incredibly popular and thrilling branch of this mobile hobby is macro-insect photography. Approaching a tiny jumping spider, a honeybee collecting pollen, or a metallic green beetle requires tremendous patience, gentle movements, and steady breathing. You learn to approach quietly without casting sudden dark shadows that might startle the tiny creature away. Looking through your smartphone display screen at a tiny spider that is smaller than a single grain of rice, you suddenly realize it has 8 brilliant, crystal-clear eyes staring right back at you with remarkable curiosity. Capturing a crisp, sharp photograph of such an elusive microscopic moment provides an incredible surge of pure excitement and satisfaction that no digital screen game can ever match. This rewarding hobby also opens up endless opportunities for creative indoor projects on rainy days when you cannot go outside. You can set up a small macro photography studio right on your kitchen table using simple household items. For example, you can mix a few drops of liquid dish soap with water and glycerin to create long-lasting soap bubbles. Under a close-up macro lens with light reflecting off the surface, a soap bubble looks like a swirling kaleidoscopic gas planet floating in deep outer space. Or you can drop food coloring into a glass dish filled with water and cooking oil, capturing breathtaking abstract art composed of floating, colorful liquid spheres. The creative potential of this hobby is bounded only by your imagination. What makes mobile macro photography such a uniquely powerful anti-screen hobby is that it completely changes how you interact with your smartphone. For years, tech companies have designed smartphones to turn us into passive consumers who endlessly scroll through algorithmic feeds. When you adopt macro photography as your primary hobby, you reclaim control of your technology. Your phone ceases to be a device that drains your mental energy and steals your time. Instead, it becomes a powerful scientific microscope, an artistic camera, and an inspiring portal that reconnects you directly with the physical marvels of the real world around you. Furthermore, this artistic hobby naturally develops your artistic eye for composition, color theory, and visual storytelling. You start observing the hidden patterns of nature known as sacred geometry. You notice the perfect spiral fractals inside a sunflower head, the delicate veins running through a fallen autumn leaf, and the intricate woven threads of a spider web covered in morning frost. You begin to realize that beauty and wonder are not rare things hidden away in far-off countries. They are present everywhere around you, every single second of the day, waiting for you to slow down and take a closer look. Sharing your microscopic discoveries with friends, family, or online photography communities adds another delightful layer of joy to this hobby. When you show people a high-resolution photograph of a tiny snowflake or the textured eye of a dragonfly captured on a basic phone, their initial reaction is almost always pure disbelief. They naturally assume you used a professional $5,000 camera setup. Explaining that you captured the image using an ordinary smartphone and a cheap clip-on lens is an extremely proud moment that inspires others to step away from their screens and explore the physical world for themselves. If you are looking for an exciting family hobby that can get your children genuinely passionate about nature and science, mobile macro photography is an absolute winner. Kids naturally possess an intense curiosity about the small world around them, but traditional scientific textbooks can sometimes feel dry or boring. Equipping your child with a smartphone and a safe clip-on macro lens turns a casual walk in a local park into an exhilarating scientific expedition. They spend hours searching under rocks, inspecting flowers, and capturing high-resolution photos of ladybugs and dandelion seeds. It naturally teaches them biology, patience, and environmental respect while gently shifting their focus away from video games and social media. Starting your journey into this fulfilling hobby today requires almost no effort and virtually zero financial investment. You do not need to save up money for months to buy specialized equipment or take expensive photography courses. You can order a simple clip-on macro attachment online today for less than the price of a single restaurant dinner. As soon as it arrives in your mailbox, clip it onto your smartphone camera lens, turn on your device display screen, and point it at the nearest object on your desk. Within seconds, you will experience that unforgettable flash of awe as a hidden microscopic landscape reveals itself right before your eyes. The next time you catch yourself reaching for your smartphone to mindlessly scroll through short video feeds or check social media updates out of pure habit, stop for a second. Look closely at the small object lying next to you on your desk or table. Ask yourself if you would rather spend another unproductive hour consuming synthetic digital noise or use your device as a powerful creative tool to explore the incredible microscopic marvels of our physical world. Step away from the passive scrolling trap, attach a micro lens to your phone, and experience the pure excitement of seeing the universe in a single drop of water. Pick up your macro lens today, make close-up photography your ultimate creative evening hobby, and discover just how fascinating, mysterious, and beautiful reality truly is when you take a closer look.